It's crazy to me that I was sitting in this seat at this table in this house about 7 or 8 years ago, and I made a video just for myself. Like I don't know that I ever had any intention to like make it like a public video. I had gotten inspired from other creators that bigger creators who would like make a video when they had like one subscriber and schedule it for like 30 years in the future. That's actually a really exaggerated number, like 5 years in the future. Like to see where they were and to hopefully motivate themselves to do better for themselves. Around this time, 7 or 8 years ago, I, was just working my job and coming down here on a yearly basis, sometimes a couple times a year if I was lucky. And this was always like the dream, was to be down here and have a life here, and that has still not happened, but life has changed a lot in that time. I lost my job. There's a number of things that have happened that I'm not going to get into here that are just more like, personal and family related and things like that. But there's been a number of things that have happened over the last just couple of years that have just made life incredibly difficult and a lot of challenges thrown my way. And when I got that blow about losing the job back in June, that was like, man, whew. I made videos about that, which you can check out up here or down here. But I was just kind of thrown for a loop. And now that I've had like months and months to reflect on all this and how much has really changed in that time, it's just blown me away to come to the realization that even though I lost a lot, I look back on it and I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm actually far happier now with less than when I had a lot more. And don't get me wrong, it's a mind fuck on your brain. It will keep you up at night. It will just really freak you out, because when you're trying to go on this path of, I don't want to do corporate America, I just want to do me. And I mean, that means you got to hustle harder. You got to figure things out. You got to go just hard and try to make things happen for yourself, because if you don't, you're screwed. I mean, there's no other way around that. And I just got back from Florida, and so I'm here in South Carolina. I'm leaving for home tomorrow, and I'm just so much reflecting on how happy I am with how everything's going. And even though it's really scary, just reflecting on how thankful I am that it happened, and that it's pushed me over the edge, because I feel truly like I'm the kind of person that would not have taken that leap otherwise. Like, I can look back at that guy from 7 or 8 years ago and I can just say, you know what? That guy ain't going to do shit, man. He's going to take his salary, or, well, it was hourly, but he's going to take that money that he makes every year, and he's going to keep clocking in and clocking out and just doing the same old stuff, because that's how I was raised. It was like, you know what? You get a job, you work hard, you pay your bills, you support your family, etc., etc. And the way I look at it now is like, I had this all wrong. Like 10 years ago, I wanted out. And it wasn't because I didn't necessarily like it. It was just that I'm a creative person in nature. It's hard to say that, like, if you just stumbled on the channel, or maybe you've been following for a while, it's hard to say that, because you're like, well, geez, for a guy that is very creative, you don't put out a lot of videos. Well, I've been doing a lot for Bubba, and just, a lot of behind the scenes stuff that, may not be on my channel, but I've definitely been grinding and working very hard, and life has been crazier now than ever. And there's a lot of stuff that, I still need to work on, a lot of stuff that, I'm trying to get put together. But life now to me is far better, and a lot of people don't understand it. You know, you talk to people and they're like, hey, did you find a job yet? As if I don't have a job right now. Or, hey, did you, what's up with this? What's up with that? And it's like, I am so just thankful for where I am and what I have. And I'm always striving for more. Like, I'm always working towards more. And I need to strive for more, quite frankly, because if I don't, then I'm just not going to survive, and I'm not having any of that. So as I look ahead, we've got another, month and some change left on the calendar. We're towards the end of November. I'm recording this on November 21st. And we've got just not much more left in this year. So I have a lot of plans. I have a lot of things I'm working on. I'm not even going to share this stuff because it's more about show the people what you're going to do. Don't just talk about it. And I know in the past I was a talker. Boy, I could talk your ass off about what I'm going to do. Here's the reality. I've been doing a lot of social media work with Bubba, and I've been doing, just a lot of cool just editing, and I even got to go and film over the weekend and work with everybody there at the Content House. There was a special thing we did. If you're not in the Bubba bubble, if you will, there was a thing called the Content House where we took over a house in the Orlando area, and we just filmed a bunch of stuff, live streamed, and then I had the camera rolling around for some B-roll and things like that. And we got a lot of great stuff, and Rhett, at this very moment as I record this, is busting his ass to put together what I know is going to be a really awesome video. And I'm so reflective on the opportunities that I've had just in the last few months, from the Jake Paul thing to shooting concerts. I just shot Census Fail and Saves the Day last week, shot Post Malone almost a month ago now. I shot, I got to shoot a private party back in, that would have been, what was that, September? Yeah, back in September. President Obama was there. He wasn't there for the party, but he was at the place. I got to say that I photographed a president. Like, a lot of cool shit has happened just in these few months since June. And I'm so thankful. I'm so emotional and over the moon about it. And I'm also really, just freaking out, because that's what I do in nature. I just freak out because this is uncharted waters. And so this is my super long-winded, holy shit, Gary, get to the point part of the video, where I'm saying all this on a video on my public YouTube channel to motivate you. That's really what I want to do here. I want somebody to stumble across this video and say, holy shit, I'm in a similar spot. Maybe you lost your job, or maybe you still have a job and you really have a desire to create things, and you just feel like maybe you're stuck and you just can't get out. What I want to say to you is, don't waste any more time. I'm not saying go and quit your job tomorrow. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying is, find out what it is that you want to do as a creative, because that's who I'm talking to here. Find what it is you want to do and go do it. Start taking steps to get you there. If I don't reach out to Lummy 2 years ago and say, hey man, I know how to edit stuff, I don't get a chance to volunteer for the show, which in turn, I don't get a chance to be hired by the show, and none of this shit happens. None of it. So find the things that make you happy and start doing them. Don't sit on the fucking couch. Don't watch Netflix. Don't, waste your time when you could be creating some really cool stuff. It also does not mean work 24/7. That's not what I'm talking about either. If you already have a job, find an hour or 2 hours of your day before or after, whatever is the best for you in terms of how, the best times to work for you. Do these things and start working towards that goal. Make goals and don't tell everybody what those goals are, and just start working on them. And you'll be surprised at how far you will get if you can do that for yourself. And I'm here just wishing you all the best. So if you stumbled on this, go out and do it and make something happen. Don't just sit around and be another statistic of somebody that just had, you just played it safe, you had your day job, and then the next thing you know, they're throwing you in the trash can. It doesn't matter if they told you you'd have a job for life. None of that shit matters because it comes down to business. And when they want to get rid of you, whether you're good or bad, they're going to get rid of you. So maybe you're a really good photographer. Maybe you're really good at video. Maybe you're really good at designing stuff. I don't know. That's for you to figure that out and go do some really cool stuff. So go ahead, click off this video right now. I'm going to say goodbye. Click off this video and start doing stuff. And maybe if you start today, within a couple of months or a year, you're going to start to see changes in your life for the better. And maybe you'll be in a similar scenario and you won't freak out as much because you will have set the groundwork that is going to build the next 5 to 10 years of your life. That is where I'm at right now. And I'm not even going to tell you about it, guys. Just wait and see. It's coming. So I wish you the best. Thank you for watching. I don't give a fuck if you subscribe to this channel or not. I really don't care. Just go out and do the things that make you happy. And maybe you'll find this video later when you went out and did some cool stuff and you'll come back and tell me about it. Okay? Good talk.